On the education beat, an update out of Sinton tonight, the Sinton ISD, where a tentative schedule has been announced for back-to-school plans. The update shared with teachers and parents tonight comes from Superintendent Dr. Chad Jones. The school board met last night and released a revised school calendar earlier today on the district's Facebook page. The tentative schedule has school beginning on August 24th with remote instruction only through September 4th, and beginning on the 8th of September through September 18th, it'll still be mostly remote instruction, but they'll begin to integrate in-person classes for some students. Then on September 22nd, they're scheduled to begin in-person classes for all who choose that particular method. Again, this is a tentative plan released by the district tonight.